Plan, man. What's your plan? Well, it's not that early. It's 10 o'clock.
I know, and I'm probably sleeping out before. He sent me a video last night at 2:30 in the morning.
I know. He does homework in the middle of the night sometimes. That's not good.
At 2:30 in the morning,
All right, so here we are. Let's get this thing squared away. So, yeah, multiply that out. Now what do? We want to get f alone. How do you do it?
Divide by 5.
No, we're not going to divide by 5/9 because
Oh, you have to add 160.
we're going to add 160. So now I have, whoops, 160. On the left, it's c plus 160 is equal to 5/9 times f. Now what? You can't divide by a fraction. You have to multiply by the reciprocal. What's the reciprocal?
9/5.
9/5. Okay, so this has to be in parentheses, you guys, because the 9/5 gets multiplied by everything. So now, that's what f is equal to. So we could take either one of those c values, 50 and 70, and we can plug them in way over there on the right. We can plug them into that equation, and then you have your f endpoints. I think that's about the best way you can do it. The other way would be to go and put 50 in here and subtract and multiply it out. Oh, no, sorry, 50 over here. Ooh, and then you would still have to distribute this and do all of this work. So by setting this up so we have this equation, which tells us what Fahrenheit is equal to, when we know Celsius, it's easier to work with. Now, what if we just distributed this? I think it's going to look better. 9/5 c. Now you have to take 9 divided by 5 times 160. What is that? She reaches for her calculator. No, watch up here. This is a fraction that you can simplify. 5 goes into 160 how many times? So if you think nickels and dollars, how many nickels are in $1? So you guys don't handle money enough, do you? You need a job. How many dimes are in a dollar?
10.
Right, yes. How many nickels are in $1? 20. So in 50 cents, there's going to be 10 more. And then in another 10 cents to get to $1.60, it's going to be 2 more nickels. So now you've got 20 and 10 and 2, which is 32. So this equation here is what's equal to f. So that's 32, 9/5 c plus 32. Fahrenheit equals 9/5 c plus 32. Now, I don't know when in the world it was, but I remember I used to go back and forth a lot. Oh, when we're in Canada. When we would drive through Canada, back and forth to like Wisconsin, Tennessee, stuff like that, and Colorado. You know, you're going through Canada and you go driving through a town and they post the temperature on, you know, like banks or sometimes in front of stores and things. And I go, geez, okay, what is that? Because they always post Celsius. So this is how I would always do it. In my mind, I knew it was 9/5 times the Celsius, right here, plus 32. So here's what I would do. I would take 9 times the Celsius, then divide by 5, and then add 32. So 9 times 50, what's 9 times 5? 45. Times 10 makes 450. But before I even do that, 9 times 5 is 45. Divided by 5 equals 9. Times 10 is 90. 90 plus 32 is 122. So this is 122 Fahrenheit. And then you do 9 times 7 is 63, times 10 is 630, divided by 5. So with 630 in here you have 20 nickels 6 times. So that's 120 plus 6 more nickels is 126, plus 32 is 158. Now, driving through Canada, we never had temperatures this big, so it wasn't so challenging. But you'd be driving through Canada and they say, oh, it's 15 degrees. And that worked all right. Times 9. Can you multiply that times 9? 9 times the 10 is 90. Plus, what's 9 times 5? So that equals 135. Then divide by 5. So if it's 135, there's 20 nickels in $1. How many nickels and 35 cents? So this is 27 plus 32. What's 27 plus 32?
59.
So 59 degrees Fahrenheit when it's 15 Celsius.
That's nice.
So there's the long answer to 22, but it's a good problem, that's why I pull it. 23. So you have this pentagon that they drew for you. What was confusing about it? Let me ask you, what got, a couple of you were stuck on it. What hung you up? That's what they write on all 5 sides. They're asking you for the value of W if perimeter is 105, did they give units? Meters. So what gets us stuck here? Did you do this one? Yeah. Did you get this far?
I got 22.
Did you get stuck on this one?
I did the wrong problem.
You did what?
I did the wrong problem.
Oh. Okay, well then, who can tell me what we should do to get this one started? How do you want to think about it?
Divide by
You want to divide by 5? Why would you divide by 5?
because that's one side, and then the other.
Okay, what would you do? Would you divide this by 5 or that?
The perimeter.
Oh, you might take that and divide it by 5. Because everything is 3 plus 2W, isn't it? So that means 1/5 of it is one side. Okay, so what's 105 divided by 5?
This is
21.
Yeah, that's 21. So this 3 plus 2W meters is equal to 21. Then, do inverse operations and find W. That's good. You know, I've never looked at it that way. You know what I've always done with this one when somebody says they're stuck? I said, well, the perimeter is 105. And I left out the meters. And I said, well, you have 5 multiplied by 3 plus 2W, because you have 5 sides. And those 5 sides added up are 105. And then I've gone and said, well, that's 15 plus 10W, and that's, you don't need to make it that complicated, do you? Just take 1/5 of the perimeter, that makes sense, because it's a regular polygon. Now, sometimes all of the sides are different in length, and then you can't do that. But that's good. All right, what else? Did you have any other questions from over? How about over here? No? Okay, so then what I'll do is I'll give you the quiz. And after the quiz is done, then you've got some work time. And I guess I've talked with some of you about just checking answers in the back of the book. If I give you odd numbered questions, will you be tempted to look at the answers in the back of the book if you don't understand how to do it? Or can you discipline yourself not to?
I always forget to do something.
Yeah, so then we don't have to worry about you. What do you think?
Forget about it,
You can forget about it?
about the answer.
Answers and bring the questions in?
I just never
You don't know. Okay. What over here?
I like to do,
I'm sorry?
I like to do math.
You like to do the odds?
No, I like to do the math.
Oh, you like to do the math? Well, then I'll just give you the evens. Is that okay?
What?
You okay? You wanna get up and run around? No, you just like rocking?
I like the light fields.
Do you? If you move it over a half an inch, then you won't rub the finish off of it. There you go. The clunk clunk. Like, so when you were a baby, did your parents go drive you around when you were crying and they couldn't get you to stop crying?
I like to sit in the car.
You like to sit in the car? Yeah. All right. Then, your homework is gonna be, I'll write it down, it's gonna be the evens from 2 through 34, and you're gonna skip number 20. Yes. Doesn't seem like it's a lot, but some of those problems are pretty long. All right, we're turning you off.